Hello, I'm Abdullah, and this is Amma Says. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today, Glodiva is here again, or what do you say?
Glodiva, aka the showstopper.
Aka the cutter, the joiner, the editor extraordinaire, and Mimi Marina. How are you?
I'm fine.
Mimi is Marina by extension. Yeah. We are forcing the salt in her mouth, so you have to take it.
Okay, I receive it. Thank you.
Amen. So Mimi is a very good friend of mine, same as Gloria. And today I'm hosting them in this beautiful kitchen from Launcher. Unfortunately, I'm not cooking for you today. Did you enjoy the food I served you the last time? Great. Mimi,
It's okay. I'll stick to the wine.
good. They drink wine.
Yes.
We love
We
wine.
drink wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today, the last couple of months, this song has been trending. Adulthood na scam, na, 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 na. Yeah, everybody's screaming adulthood is a scam, adulthood is a scam. And I'm wondering, what exactly is scamming them? And also, aren't we using the word scam wrongly now? You know, people say love is a scam, marriage is a scam, everything is a scam. Once it doesn't work for them, they say it's a scam. Whilst I think what they really mean is, adulthood is tough, it's not easy. But that makes me wonder, what did we all think adulthood was about? Mimi, what did you think
Yeah.
adulthood
You
was?
know, when we were growing up, we had this fantasy. I don't know if it was because of the novels we were reading or the movies or that Indian films they've been showing. So we had this mind like perception like, oh, okay, love is this. When you grow up, you marry, blah blah blah. But then when as you grow in, the responsibilities and everything start coming up and like, oh wow, it wasn't as I thought. So trying to adapt or trying to know what it is and what to do just so you are also there. I think that's when we go like, oh wow, adulthood was not
Yeah,
what we
it's
thought.
tough,
Yeah.
like it's a big blow.
Yeah.
Actually, I agree with Mimi because, like, when I was a child, I couldn't wait to grow up. Like, I remember, like, there's this story they tell that, like, when I was like 9 years old, I put tea rolls inside my panties because I saw someone putting on pad. So I was like, but right now that I'm there, I'm like, what the hell was I doing?
Right, you want someone to even give it to because you don't want
and I don't want this. Like, I want it to stop.
I'm covering my face because I can so relate to that issue thing. And I remember thinking I was going to be in trouble because one of my childhood friends, Nella, in the neighborhood, Nella, saw, whilst we were playing, and then I went to pee. You know, me, I grew up local. I didn't grow up in the next state or anything, so very local. And then we were playing and I had to pee, so I just, went to squat somewhere to pee. And then the tissue I had stuck in my panty dropped. And then she was like, and I don't even know why she thought it was a bad thing I'd done. So she threatened.
Oh god.
Such a good conversation. Oh.
It's Mimi's Rasta.
Blame it on the Rasta.
Blame it on the Rasta, man.
That's what you should name the episode. Blame it on the Rasta.
Let me put the mic in.
No, I think at this point we can blame it on the Rasta. So she threatened she was going to report me. That she had seen, and I was so terrified. I thought, my mom will probably think I'm a bad girl and beat me, even though I didn't understand it. Now, I'd seen older women around me do that at the time. I'm talking about, at a time where sanitary pads were not that common. So we had to do what we had to do. And I didn't even have boobs then. So I didn't know what I was doing. But I'd seen them do that. So I thought, okay, it was something to do. Now, I wish I could go on a break without it being a health concern or menopause. Not ready for menopause.
No one is actually. No one is.
So Mimi, let's break it down. What were your expectations as a kid for love, career, what else? Your spiritual life. When you were a kid, what did you think when you're an adult you would do in terms of love? Let's start with love.
Surprisingly, when I was a kid, I was very, what's the word? I was all over the place. I wasn't looking at the future like marriage. No, no, no. I was ready to experiment. It was just about having fun, seeing what all the hula baloo was all about. Yeah, so that was it for me. I know.
I'm shocked.
Well,
Don't be.
as for me, like I grew up reading like the Mills and Moons and the Harlequins and all that.
Agency romance.
You know,
Like,
so like I had a certain notion of what
Prince
romance
Charlie
was.
will come riding a horse.
Right? And all
Nice
that.
and shining
You
all
know,
over.
like I thought by 20 something, I'm married, I'm a singer. So I wanted to be like some big time musician and all that.
Yeah.
But right now I'm like,
Gloria
girl,
can sing.
Give us some line.
no. I'm like, girl, that doesn't pay. So, you know, and I don't know if I thought money grew on trees. Because I wanted to be old so bad. But right now that I'm old, I'm like, I wish I could go back home and live with my parents and someone pays for the water, like the bills and all that.
And all you have to do was just
Responsibility.
read
Charlie.
That's
the
of me.
And also like have someone to choose like what to eat like every single day. Cause like right now that like I'm an adult, it's like responsibility is such a like how do I even
head. Is it a big deal that
yeah, like it's such a big deal. Like it's like responsibility is freedom, and freedom is such a big prize. It's like you don't even know how to like handle it. Like so, I don't know how to handle my adulthood. So I'm taking it one step at a time.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Mimi, touch on your career aspirations when you were a kid.
Okay, so like hey, you know, I also loved reading. I got into the romance stuff. Surprisingly, yeah, no, not surprisingly because I love romance novels. So that was how come, you know, okay, since you love reading, like writing short stories, like that's how I graduated to. So go to film school. And that was how it started. Coming to film, I didn't know what I was coming to do.
No, wait, so you had always had in mind that you would like to go to a film school?
No, I just love reading and writing short stories. But they were like, oh, hey, just go to film school. I was like, okay, let me jump on the train. I'm going to film school. You know, but looking back, I think it helped shape like who I am now because it was guiding me to where I'm supposed to be. Believe it or not, I came to film school. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Sorry, so I was just doing anything. But after school, I realized that I have this passion for editing. Surprisingly, yes, I know. So
I think you majored in TV production. Right?
exactly, but
Right now,
if you
every
ask
time
me
more than a
anything,
TV producer.
exactly, I'll tell you. Sorry, what? I don't know what you're talking about. You know, but yeah, career-wise, I feel like right now I am working towards becoming that, you know, top part of the female editors, like the top female editors. So yeah,
High five.
Yes, thank you.
Yay! Go girl power.
So career-wise, yeah, I wasn't seeing that then, but right now, you know, as you grow and you start adapting, you realizing that, oh, hey, okay, this is not the way, you have to go here. So all the experiences, all the challenges that you go through, it's all shaping us up, growing us up. So I think, yeah, I'm still making headway, so I hope I get there very, very soon.
will.
So when I was a kid, I had a lot of things. I wanted to do so many things. I used to write them down in books. I didn't have a proper diary. I didn't have a diary or anything. And I remember I used to think that people who wrote in diaries were not
Had a
serious.
daughter.
I had a jot out, sometimes even a textbook, and I write in there. You know, like my mom would not spend an extra money on getting me a fancy book for fancy sake. It needs to be something you need because the resources were very limited. But I used to read a lot as well. I read a lot of Milton Bones, Harlequin. Like I would read a book, and even the Makola series books. You know, those tiny few that they would write about 5 pages. It's a 10-page book and 5 pages lyrics to a Celine Dion song.
Yes. I think it was for is it music and words or something?
No, not that one. This one it was love stories, and then you have 5. It's just this time. Yeah.
Yeah, quite different from
So I read the Mills and Bones. I would read almost anything that I came across, including newspapers, magazines, everything.
Oh, you're reading newspapers?
Yes, because of my dad. I was the one
me
buying.
too.
I was buying newspapers for my dad. I'm a pension baby, so I was not buying newspapers for my dad because he was his soul. And anytime, so I could read almost anything at all and find interest in it. So I had a lot of things I wanted to. I was like, at a point, I wanted to be a lawyer. I remember being a lawyer was one of the first things. No, I think that was right after I said I wanted to be a broadcast journalist.
Yeah.
And I said I wanted to be a lawyer. And then my auntie scared me of being a lawyer. She told me, lawyers die a horrible death. And when they die, they're turned over. They don't show their face in the coffin because they are liars. And also, when you help defend somebody, their family that you defended against would come and harm you.
Yeah.
So I was terrified. I was 8 years then. I was like, then I'm not going to be a lawyer anymore. And then later I was like, I'd love to be. My friend and I, Alberta and I, we were like, okay, let's call it truce. One of us will become a journalist. One of us should become a gynecologist, so we can help young girls who probably had been raped, so we can treat them. The gynae amongst us will treat the person, and then the journalist amongst us would give it the media attention needed for the rapist to be punished. I don't even know what inspired us. I think at the time there was a lot of campaign on rape, and also we felt like this was a problem that we needed to solve. And then I wanted to be a fashion designer. Then I wanted to be a model. Like this was all happening around the same time. And the thing was that I couldn't tell which one I loved over what. So I was more worried that can I get to do all of them without dumping any of it? You know, I wanted to do everything. And then when I getting to my mid-teens, then I was like, I want to become a communication specialist. The fact that it afforded me the opportunity to talk. I was so talkative. I got panicked. I think
Oh God. Okay.
I guess the fact that it would afford me the opportunity to talk and represent an entire brand, I loved that. So after secondary school gave me opportunity to harness my talent in front of crowd, because I used to host what we called current affairs back in Ketasco. And then when I had to choose university now, I was thinking of communication studies. So obviously I was going to go to Legon for it. Then I was dealing with some personal things, especially grief, because I just lost my mom. So when I was going through, we had a book, Guide to Higher Education, sold to us in our last year. I was just going through, and then I saw it. And then I also wanted to write movies and all that. I love to act. I was part of the acting group and all. Then when I saw that, I was like, oh, I would like to do it. I think I want this instead. And that was a very big jump from wanting to go to Legon, because the first time I saw Legon, I was 8 years. And I told myself, I'm coming to this school. And then, I still have my degrees from University of Ghana, but I studied on NAFTI campus in cantonments. So it didn't really feel the same. But to just make that change was huge. And I do not regret it. At all. I'm glad. I thank God that I made that switch. I don't know the circumstances I was going through at the time for me to have made that. So that's what I wanted to do at the time. And I'm in present day. So before I talk about my present day, how's life now? Now you are an adult. What you wanted to do and what you are now. Let's start with the love again. What's the love? It doesn't meet the expectation what you thought love would be like.
Like relationship love?
Yes, relationship love.
No. No, it's not what we all, see. It's not, no. It's a whole lot. But I think at the end of the day, it's your mindset that, okay, you both have agreed together to be a team. So you work through it, whatever, you just figure a way out of it. You're a team. That's the bottom line. But it's not the knight in shining armor. Not all those things in the novels. No.
That you never fight.
No.
You never.
That's a big
do
lie.
anything.
You fight almost every day. But I feel like, so that's it. It's just the team thing for me.
And you, Gloria?
In terms of career and love.
No, love.
Love.
What is this right now for you?
Right now,
When you became an adult, what did love?
when I became an adult, like we said before, I had to kiss a lot of frogs. I kissed so many frogs. I actually thought I was a frog myself.
But you are not.
Yeah, right. But it turned out like I was a princess, just
Yeah.
looking for a prince that would treat
Yeah.
me right. You know, and I actually spent a lot of time being single so that I could find out like what I really wanted, like as a female, and how I wanted to be treated. And I had to deal with some little traumas I had.
Yeah.
You know, and now that I've dealt, actually, I am dealing with them.
Yeah. I think, we have to come to the point where we need to be able to talk about trauma.
Exactly, yes.
I didn't know I had trauma.
Right?
And so,
Girl, we all
started
do.
to carry myself into therapy and then find out I had issues with anxiety.
In Ghana, they think no one has trauma, but we all do. No, we all do.
This country can be traumatizing sometimes.
Charlie.
Yeah. Imagine just waking up, the first thing, wake up like in bed, like, oh my God.
What am I
still
going
in
to do?
Ghana? Yeah, like there are so many things that your mind just processes like per minute.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. No. But still, I love some things about Ghana.
Yeah,
I
love things about Ghana.
No, thank you.
Some things, but not all things.
I think everybody can say so the same about their country.
Yeah.
Everybody. Even the country you would prefer.
Yeah.
People would say they love some things and they don't have some things about it. Anyway, for me, when it came to love, as a kid, I had, from the books I read and then combining with some things that were happening around me. And it was not even in my parents' marriage. Actually, my parents were usually the peacemakers for neighbors.
See, that's
So,
wonderful.
but then seeing so many people around in such bad, and I was also reading a lot of things that were beyond my age.
Yeah.
I think it set my mind racing faster than it should have.
Yeah, me too.
So, I always used to create stories in my head when I was a kid.
Fantasies.
And I thought that was crazy. I thought I was the only one going through it.
no, you were not.
And they were not always the perfect things, and which is weird because I use the book when it comes to the books, the romance books, but not even that had those problems. Now I can attribute the crazy stories I was forming in my head to those books I was reading. I've seen that those books have now moved online. You see something when you're on Facebook, you see an ad to some books, and the stories
like
is
the
about
web novels.
yes,
Exactly, yeah.
then the stories always has the man doing horrible things to the woman, the woman stays, then the woman now runs away, and then the man will come, like the man is
Begging.
dominant,
Yeah.
and then when he hears like, then the billionaire found out that the pregnant woman is his wife that he's been looking for, and when his wife left, she was pregnant with triplets or quadruplets. I had those things in my mind, and those were crazy stories I was forming in my head. So the stories I formed in my head were not really perfect. Yet I would say that I desired a perfect guy who would never hurt me. He was just perfect, Prince Charming in its entirety. I've kissed frogs since then. And
You have kissed frogs, but now you drink wine, darling.
I drink wine, baby. Oh. Yeah, but it's all good.
You guys.
It's all good. It's all good. But I believe that my Prince Charming is coming into the picture, and I'm having that perfect ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course, we've been told that happy endings do not exist, right? I know what my happy endings is now. I know that we are going to have disagreement. We are two human beings.
Yeah.
We have autonomy. So obviously, when we're trying to come together, we will have disagreements. All that is good. Once it's in a healthy, form, we will take that one. But I'm still looking forward to something good coming. I've had my good moments. I've had my bad moments. I don't look back and hate on or regret on any encounter I've had in terms of relationship so far. Because I look back and I can tell that there was something I gained from everything. Including associating with both women and men. I always tell people, think about it. Sometimes all you gain was even an awareness of what not to do. And that's something. It's true. That's something to go with. In terms of career, what are you doing now, and are you okay with it?
Oh, right now I'm like a full-time editor, and I produce as well. So editor and then.
And you're a bad in AD.
Yeah.
Assistant director. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But I think for now I'm there, but I'm not there. So the what we do best is to try and do more, to add more value to get where you want to get to. So that's what we're doing each and every day when we wake up. So hey, what do I do to add value to myself today? Just to drink wine?
Right.
Yes. Drink wine. Yeah. So yeah.
But we don't drink wine every day.
I mean, what if we do? There's nothing wrong with that.
Right?
No, our job is too stressful. So come on.
Yeah.
Little wine won't hurt.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And you?
Well, so me, right now I'm an editor, but I've always wanted to be a film director. Actually, I'm not going to say
really?
I've always. Yeah, actually, I'm a film director because I've directed about four films. And I went into editing because I wanted money to, like be able to establish myself. And in Ghana, who is coming to give you money to direct a film?
direct. But they'll give you money to edit.
But they give you money to edit. So right now I'm an editor and I use that to, like see my how far.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah. So at the same time, I'm writing stories. I read somewhere that is it opportunity meets preparedness?
Preparation. Yeah, that's
preparation. Exactly.
You need to prepare whilst you wait for the opportunity.
So I mean, I'm writing my stories, and right now, like I'm an editor, and like that's what I'm known for. But I am a director as well.
Let's produce them. No,
Yeah,
let's
sure.
wonder. Now I understand you because every time she's like, let's make short films. So the way you talk about them, like for an editor, you sure like to shoot things.
Yes.
For an editor, she sure likes to shoot things because I find editing as one of the jobs that you need to be very disciplined
Yes.
because it can be boring and tired. Like you're watching the same footage over
like-
and over again, and every time you watch it, it needs to feel different to you.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do that.
Well, like there was one time, the director of
really
NAFTI
said
saw
grace.
me. Like there was one time, like the old rector of NAFTI saw me,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Are you an editor?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he was like, "How are you an editor? Because I don't think you can sit down for long." Because like he thought, yes, like he saw me as someone like who was always like walking about like crazy and all that.
You do look like that. Like, 'cause
Right?
when she's walking, like I said earlier, you walk like you're ready to jump somebody. Hey,
Like she's bouncing, right?
know it.
No,
Tell
she's
me,
walking
tell
like
me
she's
if this
bouncing.
impersonation is correct. Hey, hey.
I actually don't think I behave like that.
Oh, you do, I tell you. Oh,
Close to that.
I should
It's
win an
close to
Oscar.
that, yeah.
I should win an Oscar. I should win an Oscar. But until I win the Oscar, I'm drinking wine. So that's what life is. But now that you've grown, your personality, what has informed the personality you have? Well, let me tell you my impression of your personality. You have this mature demeanor, the way you carry yourself, the way you talk and relate to people. Yeah, you are. And I have known you for like a decade now, and I've seen you go through a very major change in terms of your personality. I've seen you. Yeah. Thank you for giving me the permission to clarify because I needed that to move forward. So, I've seen you be Sebe, Pitre, that we were referring to Gloria as. Well, you're everywhere, like you were so loud in the hostel. And then, bam. I don't know if it's the prince that walked into her life
Adulthood hate her in the
that
face.
did that or was adulthood. Because no, at the time when she changed, she was still basically a student. She was still supposed to be living la vida loca. But
Oh God.
did you change for a man?
I didn't change for a man. I think he helped me see the better side of me and helped me get into that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's even that funny in a sense that I don't know if I should say, but what's this lady's name? No. The hostel. No, don't worry. The hostel lady. Miss Ramatu. Yeah, so Miss Ramatu and I think Dr. Rebecca Hesse and I think Auntie Sarah Pinto. And I don't know what happened. I was just like, I didn't want to play that tennis ping pong at the hostel.
Yeah.
So I was just going, then Andrew was like, hey, Mimi, and then Grandma was like, hey, this girl, she's super stupid. And I'm like, hey, no, right now she's dating Delano, and when I was like, who? Delano Sabla, and they're like, yeah, it's like, oh, then all of a sudden, her demeanor towards me changed. Now I look back and I'm like, oh my god, like was it that bad? Like was I that awful? That much that they didn't like me, but when they heard the language tablet, like, oh, okay, then everything just changed.
Then suddenly,
But I think it's good. He came the time he was supposed to come, and who knows if he hadn't come by then, maybe by now, So it's
Long gone.
yeah.
It's
But I
all
mean,
good,
I think that Mimi was fun.
Yeah.
really?
This Mimi too is okay.
Oh,
It's fine, especially if this is what you want. No, because like it's been. I do know that you're not faking it because it's been so many years. There's no way one can fake it.
Actually,
And I
didn't
think
like
that
Mimi. She was too wild.
Oh my god!
it's not just about being wild. I think that this is actually the real Mimi.
Yeah.
I think that one was. I'm in a new space, and I need. I just need to be sure that everybody
I think
here
I was
is
a
going to be
teenager. Like I
accepting
was
me.
younger as well. So
Yes.
my brains, everything was just like all over the place. So I was like, hey, where do I go? Where do I fit in? And I think that who you associate yourself with also is very important.
That's very true.
Exactly. So the
That's very
people
true.
I was with at that point, no, they were just making my case worse.
If you are that, I will say we don't do that here.
Yeah. So yeah, thank God I found Jesus. So right.
And
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And Jesus came in the form of Dada.
Yeah.
Dada knew.
Oh, God.
And that's why she's called, even though she's a fancy, she's called Mawena. Hey.
So I can't speak the word though, but
Hey.
we'll get there.
That will come with time. That will come with time. You too. You also had a bit of that.
You too.
You also had a bit of that. Yeah. I mean, hers was like all over, but I think for you was people had to be in your circles to see a little bit of that you.
I'm
And then,
guarded.
guarded. And then suddenly you also kind of went back. And I think the two of you are really where you should be. I think this is really your skin. This is really who you are.
It's Jesus.
Right
darling.
now. It's Jesus. Huh?
Jesus.
Jesus came in.
Jesus came in and he wept.
He wept and he washed away all this. She washed it all away.
Yes.
All the naughtiness, right?
Oh, that's really good to know. That's really good to know. So you two, what do you think?
Amma, you dear. What can we say? You've always been an extrovert. You are still an extrovert.
I think I'm becoming an introvert.
No, please. Don't lie to yourself, please. No,
No,
but
darling,
I think you've just grown into yourself. Like you've grown into like who you're supposed to be. Like you are Amma. It's like you've created a certain, like you are yourself. Like I don't know like how best to like explain it. Like when we were in school, like I didn't really know you like that. Like I saw you, okay, Amma, yeah, but now like I know, yeah, like you are Amma, your authentic extrovert self.
Thank you.
And that's what she's saying. It's like I feel you know yourself, you knew yourself, and you are lucky you found what you're supposed to do early, so you nurtured it, like So for you're good, and I think most of us. Let me add us because I don't know. Most of us were kind of. Envy is not the word. It's not envy, but we're like, ooh, she's got it all figured out because she knows what she knows.
Yeah, so
it
feels that way. Like,
yeah,
it
but
feels like you have a lot figured out.
in a good way. We admire
in
you.
a very good way. Like, while like we are still like figuring shit out.
Like, you have it.
Like you have figured it out.
I drink wine.
You drink wine.
And though we know, like, it's all like in the process. We feel like you know where you're going and you are working towards it to make it more better. And even now, most of our mates, we all say, we're like, oh wow, like kudos to Amma, because right now where she's gotten herself to and what she's doing is like none of us actually, like when you look around, not all of us.
She's
have been there.
getting things done.
Yeah. She's our main plug when it comes to So
I can see why you'd say that, but I don't have it all figured out.
Well, I mean, of course, like no human being has it all figured out. Yeah.
I'm scared half of the time.
but it's normal to be scared.
career-wise, like you know exactly where you're going.
No, it's not even that per se. Even if she's scared, I feel like it's even normal. It's even best for you to be scared, because then you're concerned about what you do, and then you work at getting it right.
Like you're not like comfortable, like and saying that like I'm here, like I'm done, like I'm like
so cheers
I'm not
to
willing
it.
to grow. Cheers to that, Charlie. My thing is even finished. Oh my god.
You really did why. I see where you're coming from, and I still don't have a lot figured out. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've lost a lot of money. I've lost quite a number of opportunities that came my way because I was not prepared. Or when it came, I didn't take it. I didn't give it the needed attention. And I see what you people see. It came out of a sacrifice. And the sacrifice being, I had to sacrifice living like most of the people my age and where I was at the time. When I was in school, I had 2 jobs. Like I couldn't go clubbing like people. But before I got there, even from JSS, I used to wish that I couldn't wait to get to Lagos, so that I can go to every nightclub. I would party. I would do.
I thought that.
And then when I got there, I got to school and I had to even be thinking of how to support myself through school. So I had to get jobs to do. What time do you have to do that? And then in that period, that's when I was like, you cannot be doing serious relationship leading to marriage right now.
Exactly.
Unless the person, and even if the person was rich, it still would not be enough for me. Unless he was rich and willing to give me some to own. Not lend it to me, not give me access to it, but give me some to own. That was the only thing that would make me feel secure. I was constantly, and I'm still concerned about my security, because I had a good understanding of where I was coming from. And I knew that I have to do this part on my own. Everything my parents could have ever given me, they had given it to me. And I knew that if there was any more they could have, they would have given it to me. So the rest was in my hands. And then I had to start thinking. So I guess I started thinking about very serious things quite early in my life. And I was thinking of my kids. And in that period, so I was also encountering very horrible things that I always had to keep jumping hurdles and dodging stray bullets and bullets targeted at me. So I was thinking of the fact that if I get married and I have kids and all, my kids are also going to face these challenges unless I do certain things, so that even if my kids are confronted with that, they don't ever think that they need to succumb. That if they should be because they want to, not because they need to. So those were all my priorities. I wish I could have been carefree and gone in search of love at 20. Now I say, I think I wouldn't mind if my daughter should decide to start a family at 20. 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't be saying what I'm saying now.
Me, I would care about that.
In the future, if you hear this, dear daughter, ask me first. Be sure of what I think of that now. But because I'm like, don't make me feel old. When you think of grandmother, you think of a very old person. Woman, exactly. And I want to be, refuse to grow. But I thought of it again. I think it would be nice to know my children and my children's children, and even my children's children's children, and at the time and still have energy to run around and all. So long as my children, especially my daughter, feels safe, matured enough to take on that responsibility, I wouldn't mind. Otherwise, I would love for my daughter to use her 20s traveling the world. I used my 20s surviving. I'm still trying to survive, thrive. But I think I'm thriving better now than I did. 20s was all about making my 30s comfortable.
Hustling.
Yes, so hustling serious why it was not easy. Hey, I've suffered.
I know. Charlie, we have.
Hey, it's not easy.
We have.
So I would love for my child to use my children to use their 20s traveling the world, experiencing new cultures, make a lot of even career love mistakes at that time. But if they would want to use it to immediately find love and start and do all that too, I don't mind, because I want to be able to me and the father I choose for them to be able to make a good life, such that the things I worried about that made me deny myself of love very early, they don't have to worry about that.
When I want to like give my kids their inheritance at the age of 30.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
I've
it's
not even
about
thought up to inheritance yet.
because I don't want to wait till I die before my kids. No.
Yeah, before they do, yeah.
I want when they are 30 and they're 30-year-old, like whatever their birthday. Oh, here's your inheritance. Now do what you want. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
I think that makes a lot of sense.
that-
You know, it's like
it does.
it's like, let's say I have 100, I'm giving you a piece of it, each,
Yes.
and then I have mine, and so that whilst I'm alive, I can guide you to manage it
Exactly.
effectively.
Yes.
But having done that, when I see your mistakes, I can save you. Even if it includes you losing something, I can always use part of mine, because I'm dying and decaying every day. So I'm deteriorating every day. So I'm going to be giving you part of. So that whatever is left of mine, I don't mind topping it up with yours. So that because I want to be sure that whatever I've worked hard for and given to
to
you,
maintain
you
it.
can maintain it and pass it over to the children.
that life lesson
To my
very
grandchildren. It's very important to me. I've moved from different phases, I've moved from I would like to be married with kids to I don't think I want to be married with kids to I'm back to I want to be married with kids. And I came back to
I go through that every single day.
one of the things that made me realize that I would like to have kids and all that was with the death of my dad 2 years ago. Now, I mean, December it will be 3 years. It made me like it came with this feeling. Losing both parents come with this. I probably would do an episode on grief. It came with this loneliness that I was like, I want to have my own person. I want to have my own people. I have siblings. I have 8 siblings. One mother, 7 siblings. One mother, one father. And we are all still together and all that.
You're close.
Yes, I mean, we are not tight knit because the age gaps and all that between us. But we are cool. We are very cordial with each other. I love their children so much. I love my nieces and nephews. I'm the rich auntie.
Yes, I know.
But I seeing that having them has been so important. Having my siblings and their family has been so important to me. It's the reason I'm like, I pray to God that I have at least 2 kids, because I want to have a sibling for my kid. You need to have somebody by your side. And then even though my siblings are there, I realize that they have their own life now. And I never want to impose upon them. So it's like, I felt like I have to be independent, even though they are there. It's just me. You realize that there's so many people and I have an amazing adoptive family. I've got a godmom, goddad, their sibling. I have a whole, so I have a lot. I'm not a lonely human being. I've got a lot going on for me. And I love and appreciate them so much. God should continue blessing them, because they've been really there for me. They've showed up for me in numerous ways. Like, I can't say it enough. So, like, having had an experience all that, it made me feel like I'd like to have somebody and start my own family and have something for myself that is made of me and it's me. Yeah, so then also talking to somebody that made me see how it made me visualize what that life would look like. And I desired it.
I see.
So is adulthood still a scam?
Girl, adulthood is a scam. It is a huge scam.
What? Did somebody promise you something about adulthood that you are not trying to scam? Who promised you?
No, like I said, I thought money grew on trees.
Because you still think money grows on trees.
Can you tell me one of the
money
most
grew on
ridiculous things you thought of? Let me start. I remember my auntie saying that when she grows up, my auntie said she used to say when she grows up, she will buy 1 full loaf of bread, buy 1 full crate of egg, and then 1 full tin of Exeter corned beef, and fry egg, and fix it into the 1 loaf of bread and eat all of it
At a certain.
at a sitting.
Oh, wow.
when she grows up and makes money. You know, because when you're a kid, the egg, you're probably going to share it with somebody, especially if you didn't grow up with money. The eggs that are corned beef too is the same thing. Everything you get to share, or you decide whether they're going to give it to you or not. So that makes you feel that way about money. Let me see, what did I ever think I'll do with a lot of money? I think travel and live a fancy bougie life.
Girl.
Have my own apartment.
Sister.
Give my husband, give my boyfriend a key to my apartment.
Whoa.
That was something I thought of when I was a kid. Because I'd seen it in a movie and I was like, I'd like to do that. And that was at the time when I thought women got married at 35. Women were expected to get married from 35 going. I didn't know they wanted us to get married even at 18. In fact, some people had their way even when they are minors.
Right?
So what did you think?
Well, so someone told me, okay, not someone, like my family told me that like when I was a child, I said like when I grow up, I wanted to be an air hostess. I wanted to
That's
be
also one of the things
like,
I said I wanted
yes.
to do when I grew up.
I said I wanted to be what. Then I wanted to be a thief. Then I wanted to be a pastor. Girl. Really? I said I wanted to be a thief. I wanted to be a pastor. Like I don't remember the rest, but apparently like that's what I wanted to be.
Wait. Because it's so weird.
I
feel like I need to test the strength of this island by launcher. Wait, you wanted to be what?
I wanted to be a thief and a pastor.
No, but I'm curious. Why is Steve?
You want to know? I think I was just a weird child. Oh my god. I think I was just a really weird child, really.
Maybe she had a plan in mind, so yeah, so let's give her the